While the Tory party continues to go down in the opinion polls, Keir Starmer's leadership is also being undermined by Keir Starmer. Hello to you all beautiful freedom fighters. Welcome to the channel that challenges the mainstream media and the political establishment, from the left-wing natters to the globalist elite. Right, we have a lot to talk to you guys about throughout the day. Every half an hour we're going to come to you guys with a number of updates, videos. Before we do that, big announcement. I did say I'm going to be talking to a number of big names for this coming Sunday. For those who don't know, Sunday, 23rd of July, we have our 300,000 subscribers party in Westminster, central London. We're going to have a big event with Q&As, drinks and everything else. We can now announce that hopefully we're going to have Andrew Bridgen as a special guest as well, who's going to be joining us. We're going to try and get a couple of surprise guests on top of everything else that we already have. So if you want to see Andrew Bridgen, and if you also want to see Mahyar Tousi, then book your tickets immediately. The link is in the description. All right, so let's talk about the Labour Party, because we keep talking about the Tory government. We keep attacking the Tory government because it's shambolic. But let's also talk about Labour, as if I don't do that already. But this is about the infighting inside the Labour Party. No one knows who's in charge. Keir Starmer keeps coming up with ideas. For example, the two-child benefit cap. So you got the child benefit system, and during the coalition years, David Cameron's government decided to cap it so that if you have more than 2 kids, you're not really entitled to more benefits, because a lot of people were taking advantage of this. Now, a lot of people also kicked off saying, well, it's not fair. I just happen to get pregnant all the time somehow, so you need to give me free money. That whole policy, the whole Labour Party, they came in 2020, 6th of February. Keir Starmer said, we must scrap the inhuman work capability assessments and private provision of disability assessments, scrap punitive sanctions, but also the 2-child limit and benefits caps. He said this. Everybody was happy. Everybody was excited until something else happened. Oh, yes, of course. Another flip-flopping. This is Keir Starmer yesterday.
Let's have a think then about a few specific things that Labour government you want to form would do. If you have more than 2 children at the moment, you don't get benefits. Would that change under a Labour government?
We're not changing that policy.
You're not changing the two-child policy of benefits. Okay.
Oh, well, that's gone. Another U-turn. If I had a list that was actually keeping up to date, that list could turn into a book when it comes to Keir Starmer's U-turns. We could also have a mini notebook for Rishi Sunak's U-turns, because that's also been chaotic as well. But this is about the Labour Party. Let's talk about how the infighting is growing inside the party. We got members and obviously members of Parliament, but also grassroots members kicking off. Mick Whitley said, I was elected on a platform committed to scrapping the 2-child limit, which our shadow and work and pension secretary recently correctly described as heinous. Well, yes, that's what they said. They said this is completely disgusting. The 2-child cap is causing misery for thousands of young people, blah, blah, blah. This is the wrong call. So they're not happy, because they wanted to accelerate more social democracy, or as I would call it, socialism. And we are running out of money. Actually, thanks to this government. But we are running out of money. And even Keir Starmer knows if he goes out there and offers just freebies to everybody like Jeremy Corbyn, he will lose the election. So he's going to have to go to the centre. So Angela Rayner, for example, said, the obscene and inhumane 2-child cap must go, as must the 5-week wait and everything else. So their own senior members are kicking off against Keir Starmer. And if he continues to go, well, people like Angela Rayner believe that Keir Starmer is going to the right. We believe he's going to the centre. He's still a social democrat. But if he continues to do that, he could win more votes in the country, but he will lose more votes from the left. And his own party might kick him out eventually if he continues to do this. It's just funny how people like Yvette Cooper, who also changed their mind, depending on the wind, wherever it's coming from, are now saying this.
You support the 2-child cap? Well, we've just been really clear. We can only fund it. So we've got to be clear about what we can fund, and that's why Keir Starmer set out the position, because we've got to make sure that any policy that we propose, anything that we might want to change, anything that we might not like that the Tories have done, we've still got to say how we're going to fund it, and that
Interesting. I wonder why Yvette Cooper was campaigning for the past few general elections to do the exact opposite. I don't understand why they're suddenly becoming so into good housekeeping and budget management. Now, there have also been some people on Twitter, like left-wing people, random left-wing people, who are having a meltdown. Obviously, because it's Monday, why not have a meltdown? And so one of them said, Fijian warrior, madness. Society needs many parents to make 3 children. Okay, I went through this account. Look at the emojis. You got the flag emojis, EU flag, and the planet. So this person is very much into the climate stuff. That goes against everything that Greta Thunberg has been telling you, Fijian warrior. They're saying stop having babies. The political left want to depopulate us, and you're going around saying we need more babies. Oh, I forgot. We were told not to have babies. Just you don't have to have 3 babies. Just stop having babies. But this is again, it's just hypocrisy. It goes against everything they're telling us. We shouldn't have babies, but then they say, "Oh, you're talking about free money. Let's have more babies." There's another one, another EU flag, and also flag of France, surrender, and also the rainbow flag. Tory Starmer strikes again. I love how, in the middle of all this chaos, when someone like Starmer talks nonsense and basically comes out and gives free promises about how he's going to the centre, for people on the left, that means he's a Tory. I mean, considering that the Tory party has gone to the Liberal side a lot, technically maybe Starmer is the new Tory because the Tories are also left-wing. But I can assure you, Starmer is not right-wing. That's not how it works. Anyway, we're going to have so much to talk to you guys about. There's a lot of hilarious stories we're going to be mentioning today, but also some very concerning stuff, especially when it comes to migration and border crisis, and also the rise of the EU army. There's more information about that as well, which we're going to talk to you guys about later on. Don't forget, book your tickets to Sunday if you want to see me and Andrew Bridgen and many others as well. I'm Mahyar Tousi, and we are the media.